What is going on, crew? How's it going? It is Friday, July 30th, 2021. Last trading day of July. Last trading day of July. So good stuff, man. We got a little bit of downside here. EMAs are all crossing down. We've got this huge weight on Amazon, which is only 4% of SPY. However, it's got a little bit of effect. But in the bigger news, I know there's talk about more closings coming down for the Rona. So a lot of heavy weight coming in the market. We've got about a minute till the market opens. Right now, I'm looking at the 440 calls, 446 puts on August 4th. And let's see if those things want to play ball today. Hold on, somebody's asking for my E-Trade referral link. Let me get that to them. Copy. Enter. There you go. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. E-Trade is fantastic. All right, market is open there, and we are down here at 437.92. Look at the redness in the market. And man, 7% on Amazon. That thing is getting smoked. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. All right, so grain candle forming right here. SPY looks like it wants to come back up. I got August 4th. I got the puts ready to go. That's going to be my first play of the day, I believe. So we'll see what happens there. All right, little green candle up here. We've got a gap at 438.98. We'll see if that gets filled first. All right, 166, 168 are these puts right here. QQQ is got a green candle after the big sell-off. XLK is green. XLF is there. All the other sectors look like it's got a little green coming out of the gate. SPY is coming up to the 50, passing through the 34. We got a gap with this 439 level. See if it can fill that and come on back down. But a lot of big weight. Tesla's green. All the FAANG looks like it's getting a big buy right off the gate. Amazon's got a big green candle, massive green selling, buying volume. Google's got a red candle. Good stuff. All right. Morning. How's everybody on YouTube doing? I realize I haven't mentioned y'all yet. How's it going? Mick Lovin. What's up, Henny? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, always got a plan. Always got a plan. I need a nice strong win to finish out the week for sure. For sure. A lot of craziness going on this week. Haven't been able to read this low volume stuff, man. I hate low volume chop. Not a lot of conviction here. 438.24 right now. Boom. All right, VIX is here at 1860. Let's see how this thing wants to go. So this little candle is not moving too much here. We kind of got wicked out, and it's staying put this 428 level. Good morning. Yes, I do play SPX. Right now, I'm looking at the 43.85 puts. Let's bring up the options chain for SPX. Right now, wow, major volume on the August 2nd SPX. No, that's SPY. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Let's go to SPX here. Boom, SPX options chain right there. All right, I'm going to stick with the August 2nd on SPX and August 4th on SPY. I'll be looking at the 4400 and the 43. Let's do 43.85 on puts. So let me post this in the room. SPX August 2nd, 4400 calls and 43.85 puts. There you go. All right, big green candle forming here on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to switch to the 3. Accidentally unmuted. Let's do that. All right. VIX is red down here after being up here at 1897. If VIX continues to fall, we'll come all the way down to 1735, though. QQQ is green. Everything is getting a bounce off this little morning weakness here. It looks like XLF has filled the gap and increasing. SPY is still on the increase here. Amazon is falling back down. A lot of little red candles coming back into FAANG. QQQ is here and increasing. XLK may want to fade the bounce here if we get it. All right, double greens here. VIX is still red and falling. SPY has this gap right up here at this 439 level. We're almost there. We're almost there. Veteran has set his, let's see here. I'll disregard that. I want to dig in a little bit more here. All right, some people held some puts overnight and made some good money. Well done, well done. VIX is still falling. SPY is climbing 438 after opening up at 437.92. They're up about 68 cents as the morning ranges continue to get hollowed out here. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think we're going to have a little early morning gap fill. Nothing yet, Dano. Nothing yet. Welcome, welcome. August 4th, 438 puts. I'm doing the 438 puts. No, what did I say? 436. I'm sorry, 436 puts. VIX is red falling. Qs have kind of topped. It looks a little bit right here. SPY is still beasting at the moment. XLK and F, little redness in XLF. Okay. Redness and energy. Okay. SPY is almost to the gap fill. We've got about another 20 cents here until we fill that gap. Nice sustained volume. It's good stuff, but the market is nice and bright red. FAANG is all down. Hanging out on the Patreon, the text channel and the voice chat. So if you are listening on the Patreon, you have any questions, just throw them up there. I'm also monitoring the YouTube live chat. Three green candles in a row for SPY, and we are almost to the gap fill. 438.07 here, so we're almost there. This nice little range keeps getting hollowed out, which is great, man. We're at about $1 range right now. Maybe $1.50 range would be fantastic. I'm going to start out playing SPX today. I'm going to do the August 2nd, 4th, 43.85 for these in the event that we take it. They're currently trading at $10.10 each on the mid. VIX is coming on down. SPY is green there. Everything's looking green. So we'll see what happens. XLF has got a red right there. Amazon's still falling, still weak. FAANG is starting to kind of retreat on some of them. Amazon's red again. Netflix is doing very bullish stuff. Man, I think the SPX has jumped $1 on those things. Holy smokes. VIX has got a green candle right there. Qs have gotten wicked out. XLF and XLK have got a red candle forming. Let's see what happens here. So my early thesis is to get puts. Obviously, I will change that quickly in the event that this thing keeps going blasting upwards. But right now, I'm thinking we're going to head a little bit more down, just a little bit more downside. I don't think we're going to crash. I don't think we're going to have major downside. But I do think we've got a little bit of downside in store for us today. So I'm kind of neutral on my plays and the process of my thoughts. And that's kind of where I'm hanging my hat early on. And I'll adjust it. I'll adjust it where we're going from there. All right, these puts are up to 11.15, up from $10 when I first looked at them here. So yeah, good stuff. I don't like playing these one-day DTE things, but I'm letting the volume kind of pick up on August 4th. And then with these one-day DTEs on this one, I'll play it very, very quickly. I don't plan on holding too much if the event that I do play them. And once I see volume pick up on the 4ths, I will immediately switch to the 4ths to get off these 1 days. I hate playing these 1 days. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I like the way those things are. Volume is already up where I need to be, so let's do that. At least there. I'm going to go to the 43.75s on that instead. 43.75s. I'm going to adjust that by, okay. Update my watch list. 43.75 August 4th. There you go. All right, August 4th, 43.75 is currently trading at $14.80 a piece. But still green on the SPY. VIX is still hovering with a red candle. XLK is starting to roll over. XLF is still doing its thing, heading up to the POC. XLB is good. Materials is good. Energy is red with a little green candle. And we are just about filling the gap. Not just shy of filling the gap. Just shy. Green candles abound. VIX is still red and falling. Little weakness here in Qs. XLF is still doing very strong stuff. Green candles on SPY. No positions yet. No positions yet. Seeing how this thing is going to roll. A little bit of weakness here. Major selling volume here on the Qs picking up. Little weakness in Qs. XLK is starting to roll over. XLF is definitely red still. Red candles forming on the SPY as we're just shy of a gap fill. Buying volume is dying off here. You see this nice little diminishing on the buying volume as Qs start to round over here. Oh, a little green candle, but XLK is still down. Amazon's still extending their losses as SPY has green after green. Owen would make a good announcer. Man, big old green candle, but no volume here on SPY. There's the gap fill. No volume. VIX is still red and falling. Q's just got a bounce and on upwards. XLK is doing that. XLF is still green and climbing. And SPY is still doing its thing. But look at the volume, diminishing volume. That pushed the range out to 43926. So that's about $1.50 range right now. That's good stuff. VIX is heading on back down to the mid 17s. Do I think TradingView Premium is worth it? Yes, I do. I think it's the best charting platform out there. Just a bit, Cade. Yeah, just a bit. SPY is still doing its thing. VIX is still heading on back down. All right, Qs are hovering right there. XLK is getting a bounce there. XLF is still doing things. So things are looking green. Amazon looks like it's getting a little bit of recovery here after this huge downside. A lot of green candles throughout the day, throughout the market everywhere. What do you say to people that say options is pure gambling? I say that they are misinformed. It's not any more gambling than it is stocks. You just have to be very diligent. You can't, I mean, if you treat it as gambling, yeah, it's gambling. But anything in the stock market's like that. I have the Pro Plus plan. So, I think it's very much worth it. Worth the money. If you want to become a profitable trader, you have to know how to read charts in detail. In order to do that, you have to have a good charting system. I think TradingView offers a great product for that. What makes options riskier is that the premiums move a lot quicker than the returns on stocks. So that's why it's a lot more riskier if you fast and loose with it. If you're going to expect huge gains and you just play fast and loose with options, you're going to get smoked. But if you don't respect it, you got to respect it. That's all there is to it. XLF finally got a red candle. XLK is up here on the 8 EMA on the 3-minute chart. Qs are popping through the top of their range, heading on up. They got to, if they want to recover yesterday's gains, SPY is still up here. So, yeah. August 4th, 43.75 puts are currently 13.90 a piece. No end in sight with the greens here on SPY, still doing its thing. Diminishing volume, though. Diminishing volume. Man, this thing is still going crazy. VIX is still falling, heading down to this mid-17 range. Q is still going raging, going crazy. XLK is still going nuts. XLF has got this little red. Everything looking very, very bullish out of the gate. Tesla recouped their losses with a massive green candle. Netflix is going crazy. Apple's going crazy. Amazon's rebounding here a little bit. Five-minute chart looks very, very bullish. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. There's 3-minute. Diminishing volume, though, here, so don't chase. If you're in calls, don't chase. VIX is still falling. Everything's still up, up, and up. Nope, I'm not in anything right now, Leafy. All right, the range right now is 437.91 to 439.37. And still going up. SPY still going going crazy. VIX is still down. VIX, QQQ, everything looking very bullish. Might be time to take some calls if this keeps up. This looks like it's going to do the thing where it's just going to go wah and continue going. I'm not going to fight it. So if it wants to continue to rage, I'll take calls. So this thing jumped from 437.90 up to 439.37. That's almost a $2 move. And no end in sight in terms of the increase. Little green candle forming on VIX, but I expect that to continue on fall down to the mid to low 17s. XLK is still going crazy. XLF is still going crazy. Man, crazy bullish action today. Did not expect that. Amazon is red here. I'm finding out this candle there after recouping some of its losses. Apple is still green. Everything is still just getting a nice, healthy bounce. VIX is still falling off. First little red candle. Oh, nope, flipped to green. Crazy bullishness. All right, looks at XLK there. XLF is still nice and green there. Momentum, look at the volume. The volume is definitely diminishing off here. 439.26. We're well above the gap fill in the first real significant red candle of the day. Let's see if it gets wicked out like this one did as we're up here. So XLF has got a nice little healthy red candle there. XLK's got a small red candle, nothing crazy. X and Qs are still holding strong. SPY is getting wicked out there. I don't expect too much downside right here. Yep, see, getting bought up. Onwards and upwards. Because the market open is pretty much like a throwing a dart sometimes. Like this here, crazy, crazy bearish action in pre-market, and yet this thing spikes $2 at open. So, you know, and then sometimes it can tank another $2. I just don't play the morning. It's hard to tell where the volume is going to come in at in the first 20, 30 minutes of the day. So I just like to let things shake out. Sometimes I'll play the morning plays, and sometimes I don't. I was very bearish in my opening sentiment when this thing popped $2 up, so I just don't play it. I just don't play it. All right, so volume diminishing off here. Everything on the squeeze Momo is still quite bullish. Everything on the 5 minutes, still the same thing here. Looking back, we're now trading in the yesterday mornings where we kind of stuck right in that 439 range. And that candle immediately flipped to green and red. So it does, like, sellers just don't want any part of this. It's all buyers right now. VIX has got this little green candle. See, this thing's completely getting bought up. Like this thing is gonna keep on timing. It's gonna keep on blasting up. With this kind of momentum up, yeah. See, here we go. No volume, but it's definitely going to keep on popping. It's got that look where it's just going to just keep on going. Maybe time to enter a call here soon. All right, the calls here. Let's look at August 4th, 436s right now. It's the puts, and the calls are, we're already at almost 440s. I need to bump those up to 441s. I want to bump them up to 441s. 441s there, and on the crazy bullish action after insane weakness in pre-market. August 4th here, calls are going to go to the 4420s. There's a giant green candle. Look at that. VIX is still falling to 1730. Qs are still up. XLK is about to round over here, but green XLR. So everything is very bullish. It ain't going to stop. Let's see here. All right, XLK's got a little red right there. XLF has got a green candle, or I'm sorry, red candle after peaking out here at yesterday's highs at this 36, upper 36 level. It's kind of hovering right in there. So on the lookout there. SPY is currently trading at at yesterday's open, at just pretty much right at yesterday's open. VIX is got this small green. I expect it to continue on fall though, and if it does fall, I would expect SPY to pop back up to yesterday's close if the VIX continues on falling like that. Qs has got some little red here at the top of their range, except that would create a massive range, which we had one yesterday, nice big range yesterday, and we obviously didn't even play to it. No positions yet, Frank. No positions yet. What's up, Zico? Doing pretty good. No positions yet, but hey, want to make a little money today. All right, volume is dying off here. This candle is stuck right on the red. VIX looks like it's got a little green, but I expect that to probably continue on down here. Not really much moving after that huge pop right now, at least. Let's see if we continue on this momentum. So now we're in observation mode here. VIX is here. See what this thing will do. SPY volume still dying off here, but the sellers just aren't going to do nothing. I would expect that we're just kind of hover here for a second. We'll continue back up. At which point I will take a call. We'll see. See, this little, on a day like today where every red candle gets bought up and there's just like no movement, you know, this it's either going to hover here or it's going to keep on going. It's going to trend and just explode. It's just it's one of those things like every time SPY had like a red, green, little bit red bought up, green, little red bought up. Then this little red's getting bought up. So what we need, if we want to have any inkling of downside, this thing has to reverse now. If it does this little thing, it's going all the way up. That's why it's, you know, right now I'm switching my consensus to bullish unless I say something over, see something different. VIX is still doing its thing. Right here, it hasn't moved upwards any. Qs are just still going nuts. Straight line climb. XLK is still straight line up. Definitely bullish. I've got my calls pulled up in my order form. Unless something changes. That's kind of where you have to start switching your thesis. If you have a bearish thesis and it's just, you know, everything's going against that thesis, you need to switch. And that's what I'm doing now. VIX still on the red candle, still continuing on its way down. SPY still at the top of their range. Q still going crazy. Yep, SPI or SPX. I got both of them in the watch list. So there he goes. That candle's getting bought. On up, on up. VIX still heading down. Look at that big old green candle on the Qs, man. It's about to pop some SPY. XLF is K is going nuts. XLF is starting to sell off a little bit, but tech sector is just going crazy. Amazon's getting that bought up. So Qs are at 365 right now, and they're about to go green. With this little volume here, look at this. See that thing, you know, a little bit of pop above would be nice. Qs are right here. They've got this volume node at 365, and they're at what? Oh, they closed up here, and then pre-market it just dropped. So VIX still falling. SPY is still grinding up. Look at that. Massive, massive buy up in tech. Massive buy up in tech. SPX is at 44.10. Every single little weakness is getting bought up in SPY. I'm not touching this just yet, though. With this leaking volume here, it's just you can easily get that smoked. All right, there is the morning session is set. There you go. Almost a $2 range. That's huge, but SPY has no end in sight. It's already climbed 437.9. It's already climbed $2. So absolutely crazy, crazy action. No, I don't. I never double down. No, no, no. VIX still falling. I'd expect it to come down to the 17 level if it even does stop and continues on down. Maybe we'll get a bounce here. SPY is still just going crazy, crazy bullish after a massive red pre-market in tech. Amazon's got a little red candle here. SPY is there. VIX is still falling. Tech sector still topping out here. So. I only do limit orders. Only limit orders. SPY is no sign of slowing down. VIX is coming back down almost to the 1730 range. Qs are kind of red there, but no sign of selling whatsoever. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Keep on going up. Yeah, I'm not touching this. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. When it doesn't make sense, I don't touch it. And because the second you buy a call, this thing can get absolutely destroyed. This just doesn't make any sense. So. Yeah, for sure. That's because there's no volume. You know, low volume doesn't make sense. Yeah, just not a lot of volume. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to do it. Yeah, nobody wanted the Scott Stapp fund. They thought it was stupid, so it's all right. I still have the money in there. It's still allocated to it. Maybe I'll restart that. All right, VIX is almost to this lower 17 range. After this massive fall off, it's fallen almost $2 off of its high. Just absolutely tanked. SPY is at the 439.86. Little red candle there. The first dark green candle on the squeeze Momo indicator. VIX has got this little green forming. So let's see what happens there. Oh yeah, that's true, Bob. Yeah. So back, I think a month and a half ago, we created a Scott Stapp Cameo fund, and that's where like you could do that Cameo app where you could pay, I think it's like $300, and a celebrity will make a custom video for 1 minute, and we decided to do Scott Stapp, so he would come out and do his "Can You Take Me Higher" song, customized to us. So I started a fund to do that. I think we got up to like $95 on it, and not many people seem interested in it, so I just squashed it. But if that's something people want, I'll start that up again. Sure. A couple of weak red candles forming here, nothing nuts. VIX has got here 80 MA. I expect that to continue on falling, SPY to continue on going up. We haven't had a good range day in a while. Like it's been this like crazy weird action where it sticks to the top of the range here, or like it stays up here. We haven't had a good bounce off range. Like this one blew through the range. This stayed to the top of the range. This blew through it. This was kind of a good range, but it faked you out at first. Like I want a good range day. This one blew through the top. Here's a good range day. This was nice. Bounce, 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 bounce. That was a good range day. That's what I'd love to have that today. Quite a big range too, because you can make some good money. We just haven't had that in a while. It's just always been this weird, just blast through or just stay at the top. Early action and then nothing. That candle immediately got bought up. Two dark candles on the squeeze Momo on the 3. Let's go to the 5. We have no dark crosses here, but volume's still diminished. We have this red candle here. EMAs are definitely up. Little red candle. Green candle on the VIX. Everything's still looking bullish at this moment. Apple's starting to round over. Tesla's got 2 red candles. Netflix is starting to round over. Maybe we'll get a reversal here. I don't know. I doubt it. The way SPY is acting now in this kind of action. Q's got a few red, but no weakness at all yet. Thanks, Dwayne. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the kind words. So the volume diminished here. The buying volume dropped. We have this little red candle. I'd like to see a big spike in red just to get this thing down, because it's like every single weakness is getting bought up here. I might have considered talking about puts until I see weakness come back in here, because this kind of action, like I learned a long time ago, when you see this, you take puts off the table until you have some sort of confirmation. Little red candle there. VIX has got a little green. I know FAANG started to roll over a little bit. Yep, Q's have come up, touched the lows here, but didn't quite get to the close, but it did hit the lows on the Qs. SPY has got this candle here above the the ADMA on the 5-minute. Here's the 3-minute. 3 dark candles on the squeeze Momo. Will we get an actual range day? I would love to have a range day. Just give me a nice little range. I'd love that. That would be sweet. I don't expect that happening, but I would love to see it. Good range, like people talk bad about range days, but when you have a large range like this, it's fun to trade. Like you can make good money once you have a good range day that plays the ranges. But what sucks about it is when you have this, when it pops early and just stays there, you can't read that. So XLF is low volume, red candle. A little bit of weakness forming here. Let's see if it picks up or if we're just consolidating. I don't prefer ranges. I like trend days just as much as range, but like a good range day, you can make good money. That's where I get my 6 to 7 trades in a day, and they're all profitable because you could play the ranges. A little bit of dark green here on the squeeze Momo. VIX is getting a little bit of a bounce. Big green on the VIX. Let's see how that reacts up here when it hits starting its EMAs. SPY's got a few green red candles here that look pretty decent. What I would want is this thing to come all the way down, and then we bounce. Then I'll play calls, and then I'll play puts. Then I'll start, okay, I got my formulated plan. Now let's start doing some stuff. Let's start putting some trades in. Now that we have a little more confirmation and not guesswork, now we can start putting some higher probability trades. That's why a lot of people ask me, why don't I play the first 30 minutes a day normally? It's because I like to build my strategy around high win rates, around high probability trades. This is not a high probability trade. Yes, I miss out on some gains, but on the long term, I come out on top. I'll let you know here after we come on down here. So Still falling, which I like. VIX still climbing. I don't expect a lot of weakness here. I would love it to come down to the bottom of the range. XLF has got a nice, big, healthy red candle. FAANG is starting to roll over as well. Maybe that was just a buy up. Let's see. Volume starting to pick up on the selling side. We're right at VWAP here on the 3-minute. Squeeze momentum is headed dark green. There's the 5-minute chart. We're right here at the VWAP. We need to come on down. There's a green candle forming on the 5-minute chart. And we're getting a bounce. It's all relative. Volume is all relative. All relative. Couple of red candles here. As long as we don't have this, I'm cool. Like, let's play some ranges. I want to play some trades that are not just this. Just personal preference. I don't use them. No plays just yet. No plays just yet. All right, so we got the 8 and 21 on the VIX here coming up here. I'd love to see it at least get to the 34 and on up. Maybe we could bring SPY down to the range, or at least somewhere in this area down to at least below the 34. Volume is sustaining on the selling side. I needed to pick up a little bit. All right, coming down to the 34 EMA. All right, we got a couple of dark green candles on the 5-minute chart. Let's go to the 15. Nice little red candle here on the 15-minute chart. 3-minute there. VIX is still climbing here. Let's watch the 34 EMA, which is at the 1830 level here on the VIX. Qs and everything else is still falling. A nice little sell-off here at Ks. XLF has still got some weakness here. Yeah. All right, we're almost at the 34 EMA here. Let's see if we can get this thing on down to the bottom of the range. Breakdown below VWAP, it's holding right here at on the 3-minute. It's right above the 34. If we pop through that here with the increase in volume, I might take a put right it down here. I don't usually like to play the bottom of the range here, so I may actually just wait until we get to the bottom and see if we can get a little confirmation. I love this little red candle. I want to see some weakness. Like, I want to see that makes sense. Let's get some weakness down to the range and start playing some trades. I'm ready to get a trade going. VIX wants to climb up. We almost got to the 34 here. Qs are rolling over here. XLK has got some weakness. Good. XLF has finally got some weakness. So a little bit of weakness coming to the market. We're right below the 34. We need this to come on down and get a breakdown. Get breakdown. Anxious to get in a trade. I'm just ready. Like, I had two stupid losses this week I hate, which is usually more than I take. So I want to get in a good sound trade. That's why I'm being a little more careful here, because I know my emotions are a little bit higher than normal. So I want to be smart about a play and take something that's coming on down. I have to be aware of my emotions too, even though I'm leading, 9,000 people in trades, especially that I'm leading 9,000 people in trades. I have to be on top of my trading game emotionally and physically and, technically. I use the 3 and the 5-minute chart, the 3 and the 5. All right, we're kind of holding this 34 EMA on the SPY. VIX is the 8 EMA and the 21 are curling up here. Q's got this green candle forming. XLF is still selling off. XLK has this nice big green candle. It's one of the biggest ones of the trading day so far. Just got to do the Bob Ross impression and keep it calm. Yeah, nice little Bob Ross. A little happy tree right here. Little green candle right beside the red candle. Getting sold off. Getting sold off. Come on down. Now we need a little, what's his name? Price is right. Price is right. Come on down. All right. A little green on the VIX. I think I saw that SPY flip to red there. That little green candle flipped to red. Here we go. There's a little downside. There's a little downside. There's a little happy red candle coming through the 40 to 34 on the way down. QQQ is rejecting the 8 EMA. I like it. XLK and XLF coming down. Bob Barker, that's right. From Happy Gilmore. You're going to get it, Bobby. I love that movie. Thanks, Proficient. Appreciate that. Drew Carey, yeah, he's a new one. Yeah, I'm talking about the old school. Old school. One of my favorite all-time movies growing up is that movie. All right, red candles here. Let's see if we could take it down to the range, man. Take it. I may actually, if I do see a breakdown, I may take a put, just a quick in and out scalp, just to ride it down to the range and then reassess when we get here. I want it to break through the EMAs. Like, the 34's got to come down if we want to see some weakness. VIX has got to come up here to 34 and pop. Let's see. The SPX trades I'm looking at are currently trading at. These are the. Hold on, let me get my system situated here. August 4th. All right, the 43.75 puts are currently trading at $14.80 each. The August 4th 436 puts are $1.45 each. Qs are falling off. There's a little SPY downside. I needed to continue on down. Red on the VIX, though. Aaron Paul was on The Price is Right. I think I heard that one time. Yeah. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows of all time. All right, now we have a little more realistic action here. Red candles forming. VIX is spiking. Qs are coming down. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of that range. VIX is spiking. We're at the 34. That 34 on the VIX is usually... All right, so we got the crossover almost. We got the touching, the squeeze, the Italian pinch. I haven't brought that up in a while. The Italian pinch at the 8 and 21 on the 3-minute chart. We need that to cross over downside. We're through the 34. I need that to come on down, but we're at the 34 on the VIX. So VIX needs to pop up if we want any more downside here for SPY. All right, still some weakness in the Qs here. Still some weakness in XLK and XLF. Didn't quite get the pinch of the 8 and 21 here on SPY. Let's see if that continue on falling. VIX has got this red here right below the 34. All right, VIX, I mean, the Qs and tech are still falling a touch. XLF has got this little green. I definitely don't want to see a bounce in the middle of the range. I need this thing at the bottom of the range to give me some warm and fuzzies. If I can get this thing down here to the bottom, I will have a profitable day. I just need it to come on down. I do not want to bounce here in the middle of this range. I am looking at the August 4th 43.75 puts for SPX and then the 436 for SPY. Yeah, occasionally I'll mention the healthcare, which has had this big sell-off here. XLE and V are way down with a little bit of green candle there. So material sector selling off too. Everything is kind of just rolling after that big bullish action in the morning. And SPY is still finally coming on down. All right, we have an official crossover 8 and 21 on the 3-minute chart on SPY. A little bitty red candle forming there. I wanted to come down to the bottom of the range. VIX has got a little green here. Let's see if it could cross up through the 34. There's a nice big green candle. SPY needs to come. QQQ's got a red candle forming onto the 34. I like the breakdown. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Big red candle on the XLK and F. And SPY's got a big green red candle there. First red candle on the Squeeze Momo 3-minute chart, 5-minute chart. Still trending, no red candle on the 5-minute, but it's trending that way. Definitely have one firing to the downside on the 3-minute. VIX is crossed up through the 34 EMA. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Nice red candle. Volume is definitely looking to touch better here. Needed to keep sustaining. VIX has got that there. Qs have got right at their 34 EMA, where the tech sectors below their EMAs. And XLF has got that green candle there. How's the Toyota? I love it. Fantastic Toyota. Best truck out there, in my opinion. '20 Tundra. Nice, nice. Oh, you're referring to Lee Rat's Toyota. Yeah, I've got a Tundra, so my bad. VIX is green or red there. All right, nice little red candle here on XLF, the financial sector. Everything else, that dang concrete truck's still out there. Healthcare's getting a green bounce. Energy sector's got a red candle there. And SPY here's got this red there. Do I have a Lamborghini? No, I'll never have a Lamborghini. Until I hit $10 million in wealth, I don't, that's not me. I like trucks, man. I'm a truck guy. So I think it's irresponsible here. Even unless you've got like 3, 4, 5 million in liquid assets, you don't need to be buying a Lamborghini. That's just way too big of a chunk. I would rather have that money working for me. Buying a Lamborghini is not going to change my family tree. It's just going to make me look cool. Little green candle there on SPY, and red candle on VIX. There's the 34 I was talking about. If anything outside of my Toyota, I would probably get the Cybertruck. I love the Cybertruck. It looks awesome. I'm an 80s baby, though, so it looks like a DeLorean truck. That's if Tesla can actually pick up their quality control. From what I hear, their quality control is terrible. Big red candle on the VIX. Please don't bounce in the middle of the range. Come on. I'll trade a Lambo for my hairline. The new Bronco does look cool. Yeah, the prototype looked awesome. Unfortunately, the actual production vehicle does not look as cool. I was happy with it. I was happy with the new Bronco until they actually produced it. All right, so this little bitty green candle is not getting bought so far. A very small green candle. Let's get that baby sold off. Let's bring it to the bottom of the range, and let's make a little money. That's what I want. Q's got some red. VIX has got another little green here. XLK is selling good. XLF, let's get that thing to flip to red, baby. Come on. Amazon is down 7.47%. That's a big green, man. I used to be heavy in Amazon, man, in terms of options trading. Back in 2020, dude, Amazon was my baby. Amazon was my baby. Made me a lot of money. So I feel bad for him, man. I feel bad. Down 7.47. Dang. But I learned a long time ago, man, you don't play earnings. I hope no one was holding through Amazon's earnings because, yeah, I never play earnings like that. Green candle here on SPY. What I'd love to see is SPY trade water here for a second and tank back down to the bottom of the range. I want it right here. I want it right here. That would have been a quick margin call if you had calls. Yeah, it would have. Yeah, it would have. Yeah, the 34 EMA is a fantastic kind of stake in the ground, especially on longer time frames. Because the 34 EMA is just more observations, so it's less reactive than the 8. So the 8, 21, that's just observations. So 34 observation EMA, which is the 34, is a little less reactive, a little more like You can see this is the blue is very reactive, which is the 8. Yellow's less, and the purple is less. So the more observations, the more trend you have building, and then if you incorporate that over a longer time frame, you definitely have a good point where the SPY or the price may fluctuate off of. And usually on the 5-minute chart, 34 is pretty accurate. If I see a breakdown through or up above or under the 34, I can think that the price may continue there. That's why we pop below the 34 here on the 3. Let's go to the 5. So we're below through it. If we can pop down here, we may have some more downside to the bottom of this range. So what I don't want to see is I don't want to see a complete recovery from the middle. I want to see a complete recovery from down here. If we get to the bottom of the range, I'll be thinking a bounce with a call if we get there. It all depends on situations here. So I don't want to see a recovery here from the middle of the range for sure. Nope, never adjust it. Never adjust it. All right, 2 big old green candles here, just on no volume, though. No volume so far. VIX is falling off after not even hitting the 34 EMA on the 5-minute. QQQ is bouncing up hard. And here we go. More bullish action. Recovering everything right back up. Either way, whatever you're thinking right now, we are smack dab in the middle of this range. So I'm not buying it, especially on this little bitty green volume candle. It's not happening. Yeah, the late 60s Broncos are awesome. I'd love to have one of those. Rebuild it. Energy sector is getting smoked right now. Huge red. Healthcare sector is getting a big bounce. Bonds are bullish today. This little green candle here has got a wick on it. Let's see if we can get that baby down. Yes, they are, Tib. That's a bit of a lengthy conversation. It's not as simple as VIX, but they are definitely in the equation. In fact, one of the keys to becoming a successful long-term trader is to learn how to read that TLT. Tech and Qs are looking strong right now. XLF has got another red candle forming. SPY has got this green that's being wicked out. Just flipped red. And let's bring it down, baby. Come on. Come on. That's what I want to see. Let's go. I'm not even in a trade and I'm excited. I want to see this thing come down and let's play some freaking trades, man. Squeeze momentum is trending back into a squeeze. Right now we've got gray crosses, dark green candles. Let's see that thing flip to black crosses with some dark red. That's what I want. VIX is starting to get bought up here. Qs and XLK are still very much bullish right now, and SPY is still following suit. So veterans thinking 43.88 could be possible in SPX. I would love to see that. I just told him that I would love to see that. Yes, so he's talking about he's talking about that. Okay. Well, either way, yeah, it's still. Never mind. He was talking about the futures, not SPX. My bad. So the futures, yeah, which is what we topped out at yesterday, or earlier this morning, and we're currently at 43.89 for that. Three and the five, the 34 EMA and the 3 and the 5. So every sector is looking heavy right now, except for the healthcare. They're popping. SPY is trading right smack dab in the middle of the range. The VIX is hovering here above the 8 EMA now with more red forming. And Qs are got a little red candle here. So yeah, kind of dying out here. Yeah, possibly, Jacob. Possibly. August 4th, August 4th, 436 puts are currently trading at $1.44 each on that red candle right there. The SPX are trading at $14.95 for the 43.75 puts. VIX has got a little green. So right now it's kind of figure out what it wants to do. Smack dab in the middle of this range. Nice big old red candle would be nice. I'm the light. No, I like to take in the entire range. Usually it plays out pretty well in the long term. You don't want to go, yeah, like what Ian said, you don't want to go around messing with manipulating indicators and stuff, especially for that stuff, because then it starts getting subjective. When do you do it? When do you not do it? How much do you take off? Is it 5 minutes, 10? Like, you don't want to do all that. You want to set a standard on which you make your decisions on every day. You don't want to go around manipulating stuff. All right, we're crossing back down through the EMAs. Another red candle forming here. Let's see if the VIX can form a new high from this little session here. Not this, but see if we can keep on climbing up. Financial sector is looking weak. We need that to break if XLK, if we can get this one red candle here, we might have some downside on SPY. Oh, a little bit of strat person here. I used to read about the strat just because I was curious how they functioned and what their thought process were. I like learning about new strategies. Yeah, I'm more of a day trader than a scalper. I will scalp if need be, if that's the only thing there, but I prefer a high quality day trade than I do a scalp. So, but I will scalp. There's nothing wrong with it as long as the setup is there. If I don't see a day trade, I'll throw in a scalp or two. Or sometimes, if it breaks down, I'll scalp out of that play. SPY doesn't want to fall below this 438 level. VIX is red here. Right now, this line, this 438.61, is being heavily defended. Let's put a horizontal line. I mean, this thing right here is just being heavily supported. So we break that, it may have considerable downside because that's so heavy support. This volume node, you see this volume node is starting to increase because there's support right here. You see that it's kind of with this range. Like here, he was defended here. Here, it's because been throwing all day. There, it stopped in pre-market. So there is some volume here on this node, this 438.60. XLK is downtrending with the green candle here. XLF is definitely very much weak right now, and SPY is just piddling around right here. Yep, probably going to move sideways here. The volume is you see this steady decline here. Let's draw a trend line here. You can kind of see this. Volume is just continuing on down. This candle's getting wicked out. Looks like the XLK bounced off his 8. XLF is rather red candle forming here. Let's see if this candle flips red and comes down. VIX is uptrending at the moment. SPY and XLK and F are downtrending. Qs are trading sideways at the moment. No true trend here with this high. Let's see what this candle does there. This candle immediately got bought up again. This line is being heavily defended. Heavily defended. Before you go back testing the morning ranges, I'll let you know that is created by someone a lot smarter than me with about 35 years in the market. So that's not something I just threw together with morning ranges. That was something that was brought to us by a person in the room. I just joined the Patreon channel as well, and I don't see the stream. All right, if you go down to the left side, the bottom left of the Discord channel list, at the very bottom, you'll see voice channels. Under that, you'll see Patreon stream. Click on that. It'll bring you right in there. What's up, Julie? Do you think the news of the massive lockdowns comes in the mainstream? You'll see a significant sell-off, or that news baked in. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't say it's baked in. I wouldn't say we'll see a massive sell-off either. It all depends on the news. There's been so much talk of different variants since the original Rona happened, that I think some people the market kind of might be desensitized to it, unless there's some concrete evidence that we may actually face another Rona. If they actually start implementing national lockdowns again, I think that's going to do it. If you talk about national lockdowns again, that may do it. And actually implement it. If there's actually implemented, we'll see that. So, I try. It's hard for me to really filter through what's real and what's not, because like me, my wife is in medical field. Like I have direct access to the actual factual information for the medical science behind it. And then I look at the news and I see what's being projected on the news, and they don't always match up. So it's like I have to really focus on what the facts are and pick and choose correctly. Really filter out the noise and pick the actual evidence and facts. Now, in terms of that, I don't really know how the market's going to react. So, another reason why I've hedged my risk is there's another reason why I am not holding positions overnight. Because you don't know. One day, are we going to wake up to a 8% loss on SPY? You don't know. The Patreon channel hasn't unlocked for me yet. Okay, have you linked your Patreon, a Discord into your Patreon? If you go in the Patreon settings, you can link your Discord account, which will automatically give you all those features. So let me know if that doesn't work, and I'll be happy to help you out. All right, so SPY is trading sideways right now. VIX has got another green candle. Qs are trading sideways. XLK is downtrending with a green candle. XLF is still selling off. Cool stuff. So, yeah, after you do link your account in Patreon, restart your Discord. Like shut it down, reopen it, and that'll give you your access. Yeah, no problem, John. Yeah, no problem at all. I was new to it too, so we'll figure it out together. All right, so SPY is not much movement. The volume is trending here downwards. Still not much movement. This little candle keeps flipping back and forth between red and green. VIX is still hanging out right here. Tech sectors looks like it wants to get a bounce here. There's a nice little green candle here on SPY. Two healthy candles on the Ks. All the other sectors are down heavy right now. XLV is finally starting to see a little red here at the top of that range. SPY is still getting quicked out here back and forth. No real sentiment right now, as we're smack dab. Literally, we're smack in the middle of the range. This candles are flipping back and forth. This candle is flipping back and forth. There's no momentum one way or the other right now. You see this red candle, we are firing still, but I expect that to change very shortly on the 5-minute as we have this little flat red candle here. There's the 3-minute as we're coming back down. And there's a little downside here. VIX is green and popping. Yep, we're just consolidating right here for sure. VIX popping. Interesting. Okay. Another red around the market here. Looks like it might be a little break in here. We'll see. We're a green candle. Come on, take us to the bottom. Take us to the bottom. Nice green candle on the VIX here, heading upwards. Qs are starting to roll over there. Man, sell off in the Ks. Green candle on the XLF. SPY doesn't want to drop just yet. This green line, as I put on there, is being defended right here. Nice little red candle for me. Hey, look at that. That's a nice little dump. Okay. All right, heading on back down to this range here. We're almost to the bottom of the range, and I'll be looking at calls for the bounce. Sorry, I had to sign off for a second. I had a call I had to answer real quick. All right, all right. August 4th, 43.75 puts are 17.45 right now. Nice, healthy little drop. This is what I want to see. This is a little more justified. Justified. This is what I like to see. Healthy price action. It's good to trade too. I'm going to switch to 4410 calls instead of 4400. Oh, sweet, John. Thanks. Good thing. Glad you worked. Glad I had you working there. Just made 10% on that put. Nice. All right. Definitely fire him to the squeeze Momo 3-minute. VIX is here. QQQ is there. A little bit of green, low volume. VIX. Now, here's the thing. Now that we've broke the support, I want to see that we have like this big support right here. Are we going to bounce and go higher, or is this thing going to tank? But I hope we can just play the ranges here. We going down, Slade. Do you think that? Yeah. Nice. Look at that green candle on the Qs. VIX is falling off again. SPY. Man, no volume though. No volume though. Nope, I don't track ticks. I used to pay $300 a month to be in a room. Now I'm bored being by myself. Well, you know, 5, 20, $20, whatever you want to do. Yeah, you could be in here and you learn a lot of great stuff, man. And we try to have a good time in Patreoners and learn a lot of stuff. Of course, you get access to my Making Millionaires podcast, as well as the access to the Patreoners room. And then, of course, a lot of cool stuff. Veteran Exotics is in there doing his Ask Veteran questions. You could ask him stuff. He's a 35-year trader, 30-plus year trader. A lot of wealth of information. So it's a good room. You know, trying to put together a learning educational resource. We're not about plays here. We're not about YOLOing. We're about learning how to do this stuff. Learning how to do it. Paying for signals is only going to get you so far. So, especially when the person that you're paying for takes signals and they lose, then you lose on their money instead of your own money. So if you learn how to do this, and it's more productive to take your money and spend it learning something than it is following somebody's plays. Learning how to do it will pay you off long more returns, far more returns than it is following somebody. So good stuff though. 513 people watching. If you are new to the channel, like and subscribe to the channel, man. I got a lot of cool videos posted up today. I posted the 52% win back from May that people have been wanting to see. So you can, you can take a look at that video, learn about how to buy a call and hold it for a 52% win. So a lot of good educational resources. First time to watch, can you explain Patreon? Yeah, Patreon is a subscription service where you can join the server. Now, the Discord server is free to enter. It's free to view my plays. It's free to view all my YouTube educational content. The Patreon is subscription to go above and beyond that. You have your own exclusive Patreon text chat where you get access to me. That's usually where I hang out during the days in the Patreon room. You also get the Patreon voice chat, which is in Discord. As you all know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I stream on YouTube. I also co-stream on the voice chat, so you can get that 0 delay, because YouTube's about a 3 to 4 second delay. You get 0 delay, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I'm not streaming on YouTube, I am streaming on the Discord Patreon chat. So you get the extra 2 days of streaming. Plus, you get access to DMs, and depending on which tier you get, we can have one-on-one conversations. Like, the tier 3 on Patreon, you get 2 times a month one-on-one conversations with me, and we can discuss anything you want financially related. If you want to go over your system, personal finances, debt management, all that stuff, I'll be happy to discuss it with you and share everything I am. Obviously, I'm not a licensed financial expert, but I've learned a lot of cool stuff along the way, and I could help you shorten your learning curve, and I'd be happy to just give you all my opinions on what it is. 2 dislikes, that's fine. It's probably because I didn't take a play, but whatever. All right, SPY has got this line to defend right here again. We're up through there now. VIX is got this little green right there. More red on the Qs. Back to the center of the range. Mean reversion right here. Mean reversion. I should do a competition. I thought about that. I would love to do a competition. It's hard to moderate that. Like, how do you keep people from cheating, or, it's hard to do that. So I got to think of a way to do that. So a couple of things I'm thinking about doing is, one is a competition like that. I want to do a giveaway, stuff like that. Just really open up the community and have some community guidance. Yeah, the Razer giveaway. There you go. Or I might even do the Asus keyboard giveaway. We'll see. Maybe a gift card. I don't know. I've got a lot of good ideas. You have to realize I'm new to this. Like, I went from being some just Joe Schmo that, trades in his pajamas and making money, and 3 months later, I've got 10,300 people following. So it's like I'm still growing and adjusting to this lifestyle, and I've got a lot of good ideas in the mix. And I'm still in my pajamas. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm still in my. Right now, I've got my fitness clothes on, but yeah. OptionsMillionaire stress ball, yeah. Would you be able to do a small growth count challenge where you set up a new account? Yeah, I've got that in the works. I am going to put $1,000 in like Webull or something like that. I was going to do it, and like, man, I've got so much going on right now. That's just another distraction for me to do, and I think it'd be unfair to y'all, because I'm trying to adjust my trades. I'm trying to do. Then I'd be all right. Now I've got to do another computer and do the $1,000 trade. So I am going to do it. I'm just trying to figure out the feasibility of it, so I'm not missing trades, because I've got my own trades to worry about too. I'm transferring E-Trade. Can you send me your referral link? Yeah, can you DM me in Discord, and I'll shoot you my link. I need a virtual assistant. Yeah, I live a couple minutes from a college. I need to, like, hey man, go get me a college intern to help me out. All right, a couple of green candles here on the SPY, popping right up to where we were after that nice little sell-off. VIX is kind of dropping back down. Qs have got this little volume node in here. This is where you want to start looking at the volume at price, because you see these volume nodes, you see this congregation right here, this consolidation right here. That's no coincidence. That means the buyers and sellers, they're pricing this equity right here, 364.10. XLK is still downtrendy. XLF has got this little pop, and SPY is popping up here with this slight sell-off. My rates are low. I'll be your assistant. Hey, if you live close to me, I would highly actually encourage that. I would take an internship in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, I can't really give out my location to see if we have an internship, but yeah. Annual top tier Patreon subscription giveaway. I like that. I like that. I'm thinking about right now, I'm thinking about doing 2 giveaways. One would be I would kind of like draw a line of everybody that's a Patreon right now, and I would do a giveaway for them. I would do a second giveaway for new Patreons at the same time, like do 2 of them at the same time. So if you sign up before a certain date, you're entered in the drawing and you get a prize. Maybe I'll do 2 prizes. I don't know. Y'all have been so good to me. I want to be good to y'all. You know, I'm trying to give back as much as I can to the community in terms of knowledge and helping what I can. So. All right, little red candle forming right here, 438.89. VIX is got some red here. Still smack dab in here. The fact that this was bought up so quickly, I'm not sure how this is going to... We came back right back to the mean reversion here, so... Sentiment for the day, I think overall it's going to be bearish. I think that's at least that's what my thinking is. But Andre, hey, where can I see your step-by-step process on how and why you enter a trade? I don't have a specific video that does exactly that. That's such a hard, like that would take me like an hour to make a video on that, like an hour-long video, because there's so many things about it. Like the big answer to that question is it depends. You know, I've got a toolbox in which I pull tools to use to trade. And sometimes I use, you know, one thing and sometimes I use the other, but it's all like the same few tools, but it's hard to really narrow down exactly the same entry every single time. Because if it were that easy, all I could do is just teach you a list of things to do and go forth and prosper, go forth and be profitable. But unfortunately, experience comes into that. Now I will be, and I am, my big plan for the next video, like I have a long term, I want to do like a flagship video that's kind of like an options 101. And from my perspective, there's a billion how to trade options 101 videos on YouTube, but I want to do one that's tailored to our community, volume based. You know, people are so freaking hung up on indicators that I think they miss the point. And the point is to learn how to do this and read the volume, not read a freaking line on a chart. Because if you could read a line on a chart, everybody could do this. That's my biggest argument against indicators. If it were all about the indicators, every single person could be profitable. All you got to do is read the indicators and make money. It's not that simple. Expertise, you have to have experience. Expertise, you have to have and learn how to read the volume. All right, so that price was rejected here, which is almost exactly what it was earlier. A couple of red candles forming right here. VIX has got some green. And on the downside, baby, I would expect some sort of bounce right here at the support unless we fall back down. It's also hard to learn with volume being a summer month and people being slow. Well, July was incredible. July was, aside from 2020, because 2020 doesn't count, aside from 2020, July of 2021 was the most profitable month of my career, of my entire 10-year career. So it was fantastic. Unfortunately, this week has been a little meh, a little bit of low volume crap. So, but yeah, this week it's hard to teach because the volume's not there. There's not a lot of confidence. Some red forming. Qs are starting to roll over. XLK is starting to dip a little bit, and maybe we'll head back down. VIX is starting to spike a touchy. TradingView has now made watch lists shareable. Can you share yours in the Discord when you have a chance? Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's see if we can do that right now. Make a copy. OMs. All right, just kidding. Just kidding. Save. All right, here we go. Let's post this. Let's post this. Public list. Copy link. There you go. There's my watch list. Here, I'll put it in the YouTube room too. There you go. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let me know if that works. That's my first time doing that, so let me know if that works. All right, Q's got some green here. VIX is there, SPY. What's going to happen with this little green candle? We're still forming the support right here. Outside from this little anomaly, it was immediately bought up. And now we're stuck right smack dab in the middle of the range, which is kind of torture. Here, I'll pop this out again. Boom. We don't want to trade this. Right smack dab in the middle of the range. Yes, today is absolutely a range day. It's playing the bounds of the it's staying right in the bounds. It's not playing the bounds, but it's staying there. I'm trying to, Thanos. Trying to. No position is a great position for sure. Good, Dwayne. Thanks. Awesome. I'm glad that was able to work. Yeah, the volume price analysis book is the best book I've ever read in terms of teaching me volume. It's absolutely crucial if you want to learn how to read volume. It breaks it down in elementary, and there's some bad reviews on it out there. It's because people want an indicator. They don't want to learn how to read volume. They want an indicator. They want a line. They want to take their crayon and draw all over their chart. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. It happened. It depends on the market conditions. Recently, it hasn't been doing it that well, but back in a volume in a market that's not really crazy, it plays it pretty well, and it's great to play some trades up and down. That one day, I think 3 weeks ago, I had 6 trades in one day, and that's what it was. I was playing, and it was 100% win rate on that particular day. Is because I was playing the upper bounds. I mean, it was bouncing off like clockwork, boom, 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 and I was just playing it like money. So, did I become a millionaire from SPY? No, I did not. No, I did not. No, I did not. I've done very well with SPY, don't get me wrong. But over the course of my career, I owned a construction business right out of college. And I say business, it's not like I had like a big, like multi-billion-dollar business. But yeah, I made a couple of $1,000s here and there doing some side projects, and eventually I sold that. Had a gym, did very well with that, sold the gym. And then with my military bonus, and then a lot of some funds I was able to raise, I got into the stock market. And I've told my story with that several times. So, and now I'm in real estate. I've got stock market. I've got my long-term portfolio. I've got my TSP. I've got my everything. So everything I've brought everything into my current wealth. But yeah, I've used multiple sources of income, multiple investments. What do you mean by raise funds? Saving through my income, through my business, liquidating my debt, stuff like that. The first thing is getting rid of debt. You got to have no debt. And I was blessed with the ability to know that up front with my raising, so I didn't have much debt going in forward. All right, here's a little bit of red. Red candle on SPY, XLK. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. No, I don't take loans or investments to I don't take loans to invest. I use most of my enlistment bonus at a certain dancing establishment right outside of base. Come on now. That's funny. The E1 Mafia? Is that what that is? Here we go. Here's some downside. Come on. Because I don't trade the middle of the range, Lee Rat. I put that red candle there to show that I do not trade the middle of that range. Military? Yes, I'm Air Force. Air Force pilot. I'm an Air Force pilot. Would you pay off all loans prior to investing, say, in a Roth IRA? Depends. If you are overcome with consumer debt, the only thing you need to be worried about is paying off debt. Do not worry about investments or anything, because your number one investment tool is your income. If all your income is going to debt, the first thing you need to do is pay off debt. You don't even be worried about anything except debt. Oh, you're welcome, Simon. Thanks. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not just. It's definitely not just about the It is a lot about the emotions for sure, because you have that pressure to make money while you're paying off debt. But I mean, it's amazing how much you can fund when you have no debt. Like when your income is freed up, how little you can live on, and how much money you can pay off. You could fund investments. How easy it is to buy a cheap property and rent it out. How easy it is to put money in E-Trade and trade. Like, pay off debt, man. I promise you. Pay off debt. A lot of people make the mistake of paying minimum payments on debt and then funding an E-Trade, hopes it can grow the account, and then use that to pay off debt. Sure, that probably works for 1 in 100 people. You need to pay off debt first. Free up your income. Take a year or two to pay off your income. Pay off your debt. I was hoping to use my trading to pay off my wife's student loans. It's different strokes for different folks. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But in my opinion, paying off debt is paramount. It changes your life. It's so easy just tell me, it's incredible how easy it is to live off of 40, 50 grand a year when you've got no debt. Yeah, I'm not talking about the house. I'm talking about consumer debt. Yeah, the mortgage is something different. Like, I'm not going to tell you to wait 30 years to start investing. So yeah. What about 0% credit card debt? That's a whole conversation. And for those of you that are fans of Dave Ramsey, you know his argument about 0% credit card debt. Then it becomes a mental game. Can confirm I have no debt, don't make much money, but I feel like I'm rich. My friends ask me how I can afford to do the things I do. It's because I have no debt. Because everybody has debt. So when they see somebody with no debt, they think, oh, that guy's weird. How do they afford to do all that? Doesn't he only make like 35, 40 grand a year? Why is he going to Florida every 3 months? How can he afford that? It's because I have no debt, chump. If you've got 15, 20 grand in credit card debt and you are paying the 26 to 29% interest a year, you're looking at a couple $100 a month just in credit card interest. And then on top of that, you got to pay your payments. Hey, I go to Florida every day. Love it. So yeah. Kevin, yeah, I do the same thing actually. I do the same thing. So yeah, if you know how to control your emotions, I think it's fantastic. And I'm able to fund trips every year. Now you have to be careful, don't buy stuff just because it's on a credit card. You have to control your spending still. And that's my budgeting tool, which is what I'm going to roll out for tier 2 subscribers on Patreon. My budgeting tool makes it where you put in your transactions, it automatically deducts it out of your cash balance. So it looks like the money's already gone. That way, all you have to do is write a check, pay off your credit card at the end of the year. That money's already gone. You've already taken the emotional hit of losing that money. So, little shameless plug for my budgeting tool for tier 2 subscribers. Once I roll it out, it's not rolled out yet. I'm almost done with it, man. Almost done with it. Anyway, looks like the price has got another red here heading back down. Debt-free, living on an island in the Caribbean. Life can be good if you want it to be. It can be. It can be. Oh, I knew a dude making 140 grand a year and living paycheck to paycheck. Couldn't even make it paycheck. And he wasn't living in a nice house either. All right, 438. Here's a couple of red candles here. VIX is got some green. $120K a year is poverty line in San Francisco. I think that is voted the most expensive place in the world. I think is that right? I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. All right, here we go. Some red. What's going to happen here? Yep, Thean, you're probably right. It all depends on your location for sure. It all depends on where you live. If you live in the deep south, that's a good amount of money. If you live on the west coast, not so much. Man, nice red candle. Look at that. Look at that. VIX spiking. Q's there. Now, when is this sell-off going to continue on? Bright red candle on the squeeze Momo. In my trading account, I'm 100% cash right now, Julie. No positions. No positions. because this crap keeps happening. Yes, if I consider right here, there's a decision right here. If this thing continues on down, I'll consider puts. If it bounces, I'll consider calls. But it needs to bounce like, this thing getting smoked out so much. It's just hard to predict. A cool little tidbit: we hit 9,000 members in the Discord last night. So we are having amazing growth. Amazing growth. OM, do you have two separate accounts for day trading versus long term? I've been on the fence between those two approaches, lightly leaning towards exiting cash at the end of the day. All right. Great question, Rule. Shameless plug again. The latest episode of the Making Millionaires podcast was that exact category, and that is long-term investing versus day trading. Because I do have two accounts. I've got my long-term investing account. Actually, I've got multiple, but I've got my retirement accounts. I've got my TSP. I've got my long-term trading account, and I've got my day trading. I'll focus on the day trading and the long-term accounts. They are very different strategies, very different mindsets, very different balances. The purpose, you have to dedicate, what is the purpose of your day trading account? My purpose is to fund all of my other financial vehicles, to fund my real estate, to fund my long-term trading, to fund my retirement accounts, to fund my professionally managed accounts, to fund my real estate, like all that stuff. And at the end of every quarter, I do my analysis. So I recommend you take a listen. Good stuff. All right, big red candles here on the SPY. VIX is spiking up. There's the Qs again. Listening to that one today on my walk later. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yes. Thanks, Julie. Yeah. Cool, Raul. Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Let me know if there's any way I can help too. Just purchased the volume book. Thanks again for the recommendation. Cool, Dwayne. Yeah, thanks for buying that book is awesome stuff, man. Obviously, I get nothing out of that, but it's a fantastic book. And if you want to learn how to read volume, it's absolutely crucial. So well done. Good choice. Anna Coling is the author of that book. All right, so look, the Qs, EMAs are crossing over. SPY is down to the bottom of this range. VIX is up here at the top. Now, we've got the squeeze momentum firing. XLF has dropped below their range. The volume is kind of dying on XLK, but the momentum we've got the squeeze still firing here. We got this bright red that kind of turned dark. Qs are starting to turn bearish. You got this bright red candle. VIX is firing to the upside on the VIX, on the squeeze Momo, and here I'm going to get rid of this. It's a little distracting. Red candles here on the SPY. I'm on the 3-minute chart, Frank. Hey, Dwayne, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, join on in there. Let me know if you need help setting that up. I really appreciate you joining the community. Let me know how I can help. I'm here for you. So, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Awesome stuff, Dwayne. Thank you. All right, so here we go. This candle has bounced right off again, this 438.15 level. Maybe a little base here to come all back up. Greens forming here. XL bounce there. SPY. We've got the August 4th 4410 calls up here. Currently trading at 1550, 1560. There's 1565. Let's see if we can get a bounce. VIX is red. The volume, I don't know. Things are still, the squeeze momentum is a little scary there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 4410s, the August 4th 4410s are currently 1550 right now. Calls. I'm still waiting, though, because it doesn't look like there's a lot of conviction right now. Still playing this little lower range bound thing. No, I use both. You know, the contract volume is what I use to pick a position. The market volume is what I use to enter a position. I'm as far southern as you can get from being Canadian, but you still got me saying, come on, with a distinct Texas twang. Love it. Love it. All right, another red candle forming here. Okay. I'm not from Texas, though. I'll tell you that. I'm not from Texas. Spent a lot of time in Texas. A lot of pilot training in Texas, San Antonio, Houston, but never lived in Texas. All right, if I do take a call here, it's going to be a quick play. So just keep that in mind. And it's going to be a quick entry. If I see a bounce forming, I will pop in and out of this thing like a ninja. Green on the VIX, though. Q's have got this big red candle, big on that, big on the XLF. There's 1550. Red on the VIX, big on the Q's, big on that. Maybe we'll get another bounce here. We'll see. 3 green candles on the SPY, 1540, 1560. Looking around here, can we get a play going? Can we get a play going? I've got the contracts up here. Sad you're not from Texas. Yeah. This VIX candle's turning green, turning red. VIX is turning red here. Qs are selling right there. XLK and XLF are still green. SPY doesn't really want to move anywhere right now. I've got the contracts up 1550, 1560. All right. I do have calls primed up, ready to go. All I got to do is hit enter, and I'm in the position. Currently trading 1550. If I see any upward momentum, I'll trade it here for a scalp. Not being greedy for them, though, unless I see some major Momo. Everything else is kind of looking flat right now. I don't see much conviction. 3 little small green candles with diminishing volume. This very could easily just sell off. So we'll see here. Red candle right there. All right, VIX. Qs are on a steady decline. Same thing with K and F. $437 would be pretty epic. Y'all have got me for another 12 minutes here, and then I'm going to pop off here. Got some admin stuff I got to do. A lot of DMs to answer, some YouTube videos to plan. So yeah, if I do see momentum in the afternoon, I will come back on the afternoon only if I see some good momentum, something worth actually broadcasting and going over. We'll see what happens though. A lot can happen in 12 minutes. Red candles. All right, we got 1470, 1490 on the bid ask. VIX is here. Are we going to reject the bottom again and bounce, or are we going to fall on down? That's the question here. Bottom of the hour. Yep. There's XLK, a little red, XLF. Little green candle there, getting dojied out though. 1505, 1500. All right, squeeze momentum on these things are still squeezing. We see this dark, the black candles right here. Yes, we have bright red, but we don't have the squeeze yet. It's kind of still trading flat. For essentially, we're still tightly in a squeeze. Not much movement right now. Gonna log off for the week, OM. Yeah, have a great weekend. You too, Sebastian. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. More red candles forming here, bouncing off the 8 EMA on the way down, for sure. VIX is spiking up here. QQQ is there. I'm going to zoom out to the 5 to really get a good scope of what's going on. All right, the U.S. suspends vote on bipartisan infrastructure bill. Timing of resuming vote unclear. Yep. Green candles here. What time do you draw the afternoon range? Is a great question. It's from 1330 to 1405 Eastern time. How often do you find good trades to execute? Quite often. I mean, last week I was nailing. I mean, for the past month and a half, I've been killing it like every day. 12 trades a week, 15 trades a week, 5 trades a week. It depends. This week has been a little slow for me. This low volume stuff doesn't sit well with me. So I've been killing it in June or in July. But today's been a little, you can't kill it every week. That's the way I tell myself. You can't kill it every week. All right, green candles forming here. I'm not necessarily looking for a bounce. I'm just figuring out what's going on here. Like I want to get my mind away from forming a bias of a bounce. If this thing is going to fall, it's going to fall. If it's going to bounce, it's going to bounce. Either way. Now here's the thing. Here's something I want to caution everybody against. If you're one of those people right now that thinks it's going to bounce, do not buy a call right here hoping it's going to bounce. Wait for the bounce to happen, then take a call. And I'm not saying wait for it to bounce here. I'm saying get some volume, get some upward momentum, and then execute your thesis. Write it up. If you're one of these people that thinks it's going to crash, don't buy a put here. Wait for it to break down and then buy a put. Wait for the confirmation. You may still be wrong. It may have a red candle you buy. It may come down here and then bounce. But at least you're going to take out the aspect of buying a put and then it raging on you immediately going red. It's all about high probability trades. Wait for the confirmation. Don't romance buying the top, buying the bottom. You don't want to time the top on puts. You don't want to time the bottom on calls because one, it's not realistic, and half the time you're going to get smoked. And I'm not saying sometimes you have to be more aggressive. Sometimes you're going to take a loss. You have to accept that. The quicker you lose, the quicker you accept the fact that you're going to take a loss sometimes, the more successful you'll be because you're not going to be all freaking yourself out. Now, I'm not saying wait for a call and take a call up here for confirmation. I'm just get a little bounce, get some volume, and take a call and ride it. And that also has to do with looking at the range. If you see a green candle on SPY, but the VIX is starting to form green, you know that green candle on SPY is probably going to get sold off. So if I see a green candle form right here on SPY that's a little bit lengthy, I'm going to VIX. I'm going to Qs. I'm going to XLK. I'm going to do a quick market analysis. It takes me about 15, 20, 30 seconds. I come back to SPY and I make an entry. It's all about taking in the entire picture of the market. Don't get focused just on SPY. There's more variables to consider. No problem, David. Glad I could help. More downside here at SPY. Yeah, I would much rather have a little late entry, smaller wins but higher win ratio than 50-50 win ratio with big wins, big losses. When I mean small, I mean 10 to 15% because most options traders these days don't really focus on 10 to 15. They want 30 to 40% wins. I'm perfectly fine with 10 to 15% wins. Right here. I'm looking at VIX, Q, XLK, all the X sectors, bonds. I'm also taking into consideration SPX and the futures, ES. Then I look at FAANG. If I want to look at a FAANG individually, I could see all FAANG right here. Plus, I've got Tesla. No problem, Demetrius. Glad I could help. Took the 438 at 19, took out at 63. Heck of a play. Heck of a play. So we've got this base forming. Now this support line has moved down to here. We're moving that support down. What happens when you have decreasing support? All right, there's some green on the Qs. There's some green on that. XLF is selling off here. There's some green on Qs, though, with support, somewhat increasing volume. Hold on. VIX is red. Man, I'm leaning towards calls right here, though. Let's wait for this thing to follow. Nice little action with Qs, though. XLK has got some nice action here, but weakness in the Fs. I got 1540 on the bid ask. I've got a big green candle here. All right. What can we do here? Hold on a second. I may take a position here. Depends on what this candle. Oh, look at that. Red candle. All right, then. Well, that is 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern. That is my bid to pop off here. Got a lot of things to do today. A lot of requests from you, a lot of DMs to answer, and then a lot of stuff to do. I'm not planning my next YouTube video, so I'm going to take the day, use my time wisely. I'm still going to be watching the market, so hang out in the Patreon room. That's where I'll be hanging out the rest of the day. Type it in there. If I see a play, I will pop it off. Let me take a look around here. VIX is topping off here. Qs are popping. All right. Hold on. I'm in at 15. Can I get 1550? Hold on a second. I'll take a position here. All right. There you go. 1550. I'm taking this call here at 1550. Let me post this in the room. I see some upward Momo. Maybe we can get a little scalp here. Hold on. I'll hang out here for a second. VIX has got some red. I see double green here. I see follow through with Qs. See this nice little follow through, nice little follow supported green. Let me post this in the room real quick. Hold on. Let me post this in the room at everyone in SPX for OG for 4375 calls. I'm sorry, 4410, not 4375, 4410. Psych. Yeah, so I see this follow through with Qs and XLK is looking great. SPY's got a little green here. I'm not looking for a huge play. I'm just looking for a little scalp. We're at 1570. I'm in at 1550 on that play. Let me post this in the room. Entry 1550. We're at 1585. Big green on XLK. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the follow through I want. XLF's looking a little red. And you got some green or red here on the VIX. So little climby. I like it. I'm not going to be holding these too long. It's just going to be a scalp. All right, big green candle on the Qs heading back up to the top. XLK is nice and green. XLF is still falling here. That may be a little heavy. VIX is still falling though, so we'll see what happens there. Just gonna hang out a touch to see if I get a little follow through with this here. I love the increase on the tech sector, man. That's a nice little pop up here. The volume is fine. Let's see how this candle forms here. We got this next candle that's opening above the previous and gapping up. VIX is still falling. SPY needs to follow suit. There's a nice little green here. $15.80. I don't really like all this volume. I'll close this early. I'm not looking for a big win here. I was hoping to get a little more Momo followed up with the strength in Qs, but this XLF is weighing down. Look at that big gap down for XLF, but a little green. VIX is still green. All right, let's see if we can pop through the 34 on the way down for the VIX. Watching that candle right there. I'm only up like a 2% on this stupid play. Got some green right there. This was a Momo play. I don't like that. There's XLF, XLK. Still got nothing out of here. There's 1570. There's 1560, 1570. Not really moving. VIX is still red. No movement. Man, that thing's not moving at all. So the momentum for that, okay. All right, I'm going to go enjoy my day. Q's little red right there. That momentum stuffed out. XLF is still selling off pretty good. Red candle on the SPY, rejecting off that 34. Yeah, it got rejected. So right off that 34, that momentum just stalled. That Q just went up and then nope, sorry. No bueno. Big bounce on there. There's a green on the VIX. Uh-oh, looks like my chat disconnected. Everybody good? Can you still hear me? I know the Patreon probably still can. Yeah, YouTube looks like it said it disconnected on YouTube. Not liking this. I'm probably going to get out of this pretty quick. Plus, I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm not going to sit here and watch this crap. Not this again. I know SPY don't want me to leave. No, stay, play. It's like I'm good, SPY. Come on, man. There's 1530, 1540 on the bid ask. There's 1550. Back to my entry point at least. VIX has got some red here. XLF has got a green bounce after that big gap down. 1530, 1550. There's 1560. There's a nice little green candle. Decent green candle. VIX is red. There's 1560. It's nice seeing a little green on the account. $15.40, $15.50. Yeah, XLF has got this little bounce here. XLK is still going up, but we'll see what that happens there. There's no momentum here. There's nothing going on. It's just not. There's not moving. I thought that Q volume, that little pop would probably bring SPY a little higher for a little 10%er, maybe 5, 8, 10%er, but it didn't. It's not looking like it's going to work that way. So we bounce off that 34 EMA there. I got 1540, 1560 bid ask. Squeeze momentum is trending back to the green side. This is absolutely no volume. There's 1560, 1570. Yeah, I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get out of it. I don't like the fact that there's no volume here. It's just, yeah. There's 1570, 1580. There's 1590. All right, I got 1580 right there. I closed it. Let me post it. No volume. I'm out of here. All right. Well, I had 1590. I put 1590 in the ask, and I got 1580, so I'll take it. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all sticking around. Sorry we couldn't get in more, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is what it is. Yeah, go listen to the podcast. Good stuff, man. I got to talk a lot about the financial sector things and how I manage my finances in the long-term trading account, the day trading account. It's good stuff, man. So yeah, I was able to get a little 5% win there. Or I'm sorry, 2% win. I don't even think it was 2%, but anyway. So yeah, thanks for being here. It is currently 11:12 Central, 12:12 Eastern. Thanks for hanging out. Let's get there. Get a nice, good weekend rest, man. Y'all enjoyed it. Y'all earned it. So enjoy that weekend. Spend some time with the friends and family. Learn a little bit, and then yeah, let's go for Monday, man. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Hit me up with any questions if you got it here. I'm out.